BNI Now. I'm Michael Rager. I'm in here subbing today for Rick Gutierrez. He can't be here today. So, man, we're excited. We got some really great guests today. We're going to start off today with Mr. Mark Klecka. Mark, how are you today?
I'm doing great.
Man, so, you've been in BNI. How long you been in BNI?
I've been in BNI for about a year and a half now.
Year and a half. Okay, what's your specialty? What brought you there?
Okay, what I do is I'm Klecka Tax Resolution, and I deal with people with IRS tax problems, people who haven't filed in several years with the IRS, got audit notices, balances due, they don't know how to handle it, and so I met with people and everything, especially CPAs and bookkeepers and accountants that don't deal with that kind of person or client, right. And so therefore I deal with those people and try to help them and also help their business and try to get them back on track and get all this out of their life. And so that's where I sort of specialize in, as opposed to doing just the accounting and the bookkeeping.
It's everything that we don't want to do is the fear part we have of the IRS, right?
Right, and also getting in contact with them.
Right.
There's these horror stories about people that have been on hold for hours and days, can't get anybody, can't talk to anybody. And what we specialize is we try to get in 3 minutes or less, and we try to deal with the situation and try to expedite the situation as much as possible and see what we can do to help people who have IRS tax problems. And so that's what we do.
Yeah, I know I've been audited personally. I haven't been audited as a business. Should business owners always be prepared for a potential audit?
Yes, they should be, because usually if you don't have the documentation and everything like that, we go through on our seminars and things like that. And I also have a radio show on Saturday mornings on AM 1070 The Answer. We talk at 8 a.m. about people, and we talk to people about business people that you need to have your documentation, especially, simple things like you get your receipts on the thermal paper. Well, you need to take that over to the actual copier and copy it, because you go back 2 years later and you have an audit or something that says, and you have a white piece of paper.
Yeah,
things like that.
That's
so some simple things like that. We just tell people, some simple suggestions like that to get your records in order. The best thing that we usually talk to them about is the number one thing the IRS looks at is your mileage log. Mileage log, because it's hard to do. And if you don't do it properly, that's what the IRS will ask. That's the first question they ask, to see whether or not, well, is this person going to be somebody that's going to have all the documentation taken care of and everything like that? We're going to go through here. Or if this is not being done properly, then they go, oh, we've got one here where we're going to have to go through all the other documentation, and it's probably not going to be in good order either. So, that's what we usually tell people they need to take care of.
Yeah, no, I remember when I got hit and I got audited. I used to be in the oil and gas business, so I drove a lot. I was driving 1,000 miles a week,
right?
And a lot. And the auditor came to me and he goes, well, we need to see your beginning of the year photograph that's been certified. That I'm like, what? I'm like, dude, I've got mileage logs from the day this car went into service.
Right.
Oh, he didn't want to see it. And the year that we were looking at, I was working in Kansas, and I had to actually call 4 different oil change places to find one that would match up in the date. That they had changed owners and stuff like that, and they didn't have the oh my God, it was horrible.
Right. So that's what we always tell people, is keep the oil change receipts or something like that, because they're going to say, what is the beginning and the ending, as well as your mileage log and everything like that. And of course, there's these apps out here that take care of all the problems that you have. They'll take care of this, but you have to go use it. You have to print it out, take care of it, everything like that. Because in the audit, especially for small businesses, that's the first thing they're going to ask for in the audit. Very first thing on top of the list, because they're going to see, hey, is this person doing things right or not?
Yeah. So as somebody that works on taxes, how do people find you? How do your clients find you? Are they going to search the web for you, or are they coming in most of referral? What's the way that you get most of your business?
The people come in through referrals. There are some that come through the website and everything like that. And of course, I do a radio show and my advertising there, and they know how to contact me. And they may not have a problem today, but in 6 months or a year, it's just like buying a mattress or something like that. Oh, I've got an IRS problem. Therefore I'm going to him. And so I deal with that. But I do a lot with people who are accountants or CPAs or anything like that, and they run into a problem. The CPA has done their tax return, for example, and then they have an audit, and the IRS and the CPA doesn't want to deal with the IRS in that audit. And so what I do is I partner with them. So I get with a lot of CPAs and tax professionals, And I like to be on their referral list. And say you have a client that comes in the door, or you have a client 6 months later that has an IRS problem. We can partner. I'm not going to work on your tax returns. I'm not going to steal your client. I'm working on your tax situation, and you're going to partner. We're going to partner together to handle this particular issue. And what I'm going to be using you for is probably a big resource, because you know your client probably a heck of a lot more than me. I'm going to be using you as a resource, billing through me. We put you under attorney-client privilege and things of this nature, so that we can expedite and work on the audit together as a team. And then at the conclusion of this will go back to your client. You're going to retain them. I am not interested in working on your client's accounting and taxes.
Yeah, one of the things that I push as a business coach is I want I push my clients to form joint venture partners versus referral partners. I actually want money going back and forth between the two, because right, I know BNI, one of the big standards is know, like, and trust. And know, like, and trust, if I'm going to give you money, is a really, really high standard there. So when you're looking out for referral partners and you're looking for, so you mentioned earlier, you're looking at attorneys, you're looking at other CPAs. Who's the best one for you?
Probably the CPAs and even not CPAs, an enrolled agent or just a tax preparer. Okay. That has clients that have that they've identified or they're notified. They get a phone call. Hey, I've got this letter. I don't know what to do. Are you going to handle this for me? And they really don't want to get involved. They don't want to engage with the IRS. That's not what they do for their living. So therefore, they need somebody to contact. And I've got this guy that I could get you in contact with, and we can work together and we can resolve that problem, and it makes them look good. Another person that I really get with is I get with real estate professionals, and I've done a book, why the IRS loves real estate professionals. And it was sort of one thing that they can talk about is small business, like small business audits and things like that, what you need to be doing in the first part of the book. But in the second part of the book, I get referrals. For example, if you've got a house, for example, and you've got mom that has died and there are 4 or 5 kids that are heirs, and 4 of them are white sheep and one of them is a black sheep. One of them has the tax lien with the IRS. Well, they go into closing, boom, that will not close. That house will not close. And so therefore, the real estate professional, I said, the people that have real estate problems, that have IRS problems, and you're trying to buy or sell a house or anything like that, a lot of people, well, I want the guy with the 700 plus, credit score to deal with.
We all want that.
We all want that. But, you can help these people by referring them to me, and we can solve their IRS problem. Therefore, they're able to buy or sell the house. We were able to work through this and get the IRS to get a partial release of lien, get the house sold, and guess what happens? You make a commission and you look like a hero. Yeah. So that's what we try to do. We try to partner with, especially with real estate professionals, and of course tax professionals. Yeah. And help them out and partner with them. That's what we do.
Yeah, it's funny. It's one of the things that I, when I teach my clients, is your job, you're not to be the hero. Your job is to make other people look like the hero. Right. And, it's we teach it, we stole it from a guy, Donald Miller, who wrote something called story branding. I don't know how you look at it, but he's like, our job is, in the Star Wars trilogy, is to be Obi-Wan, not Luke Skywalker. We're just in the back. We just want
in the background.
Back in the ground.
We love to be in the background. We'll be the attorney. We'll do the representation, contacts with the IRS and things like that. But we're using you as a background resource, backup resource. Your client, especially if you're an accountant or an EA or a tax professional, your client a lot, probably a whole lot, a little more than I do. But I'm going to be using you as the resource. But we're going to solve this problem, and I'm going to make you look like the hero. Yeah. And so you're going to, the tax professionals that I've worked with, everything like that, they do a referral, and I get a constant, inflow of other people that they have problems, that have tax problems. And so therefore, that's the people that I make them look like a hero, and they look real good with their client going forward. Hey, they handled the problem, and they knew who to go. The go-to person was when it was time to handle a problem.
Awesome. So you said you've been in BNI for about 18 months now. What's been the biggest positive for you?
Well, the biggest positive is that I get to meet a lot of people, especially I'm broadening the people that I get out with, especially the accounting and resource and also the real estate people. I've done real estate presentations for several different groups, and so I do that as well. And I have a book, that I go out there and I promote. And so I actually give those out as gifts at the at the seminars and say, hey, if you come to the seminar, we're going to give you a free gift or things like that. But we talk about how to make how to help them look like a hero, get out there with their business. we talk a little bit. We can talk to them. Oh yeah, we can talk about what they should be doing for their taxes and things like that. Well, a lot of people can do that. But what we do is we tell them, okay, we've got this situation where I want you to be the hero and make money. And how can we do that? And how can you go out and help people that come through the door that don't have that great, they have an IRS problem or they have a tax lien? How can we get that removed or reduced or eliminated so that they can obtain their dream of getting a house, for example, or a property? Yeah. And so therefore, then you're going to be the hero. You're not going to be the person that's turning them away at the door. You're the person that's bringing them in.
Right. So are you working more with individuals versus businesses, or how do you see
mainly
your
small businesses and individuals? I don't, there's a lot of, I'm not the big corporate client or anything like that. They've got their own, bevy of accountants and attorneys on staff and everything like that. But I handle people that are small business people, business people, that are, that don't have the wherewithal to deal with the IRS. They don't know what they don't know. They think, well, I'm just going to walk in the door and handle this audit or something like that. We've had a lot of horror stories where people have tried to do that. They come in, they say, I'm going to walk in the door, I'm going to handle this, we're going to have a couple cups of coffee, and we're going to settle all this. Well, the IRS says, oh, yeah, this is real nice. And they're writing nice little notes and everything like that, and smiling and everything and talking with you. And they're taking all the notes and stuff like that. And they walk out the door, oh, that wasn't so bad. I think this will handle. And then they get called back in about 60 days. And then it's Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. It's sort of like, we have this on you and this. And you owe all this money. Whoa, what happened here?
Yeah, I know when I did mine, I probably used a couple words that I wasn't supposed to use when describing my auditor. Right. And I ended up with having to put together a 365-day spreadsheet of every meeting I had and everything I spent.
Right. So, you don't know, they go in there, and quite honestly, and this is not a secret, the IRS personnel are trained in police interrogation tactics. And they are in there to try to get you to spout whatever information. And what we tell people, people when going clients, especially going to meet, I say it's just like Joe Friday or anything like that. Anything you say can be will be used against you. And so, if you're going to talk, you're going to talk. But I said, don't not give information. We're going to say, if you're asked this, answer the question. Stop.
So what do we got, John? We got 1 minute left, ish, right? So one key thing that you're going to tell every business owner, what do they have to do?
Well, the one thing is documentation. You've got to keep your documents in order. People, that don't get their bookkeeper or anything like that, they think they're just going to do it. I've had people that said they're going to do it on QuickBooks and stuff like that. Well, QuickBooks, I didn't know QuickBooks wouldn't automatically put it all together and put it all together for me. So it's really a bad thing. But if you're going to be a business person, part of the deal is that you're going to have to keep proper business records and deal with taxes in the IRS. That's just what you are going to have to do. And so, therefore, you need to engage people to help you. Don't try to do it all yourself. If you try to do it all yourself and try to do the sales and all the other hats that you're trying to wear right now, you're going to get to the end of the year and you get to the end and you're frustrated and you're going, oh, I got a pile of junk here. I don't know what to do. And then if you have this audit or this other problem, then you're really dealing with a lot of stress and issues. Okay. So, deal with somebody, get accounting people, get the bookkeeping people, and then if you have a problem with the IRS, is deal with somebody who deals with the IRS every day, not somebody that just does it once in a millennium.
Once on the weekend, right?
Right.
Well, Mark, thanks a lot. I appreciate you coming in there, sharing your story and what you do. I'm sure the people out there in the BNI world are going to love to have a chance to refer you in.
Okay.
So thank you very much, man. You have a great day.
All right. Thanks. All right. Thanks. Have a great week.
All right. We'll see you back. We'll be back just in a minute with more BNI Now.
COVID-19 transformed the way we do business. Now more than ever, fast lead generation and customer retention will determine if a business survives or not. The NowMedia video business card is designed to be sent using your smartphone. It's the next generation business card that will open the door for you while keeping social distancing. The NowMedia video business card is affordable for anyone from startups to multinational companies and is already being used by hundreds of businesses. Stay open, stay in business. Call us today.
Hi, I'm Sandra Mendez-Hassan, Executive Business Advisor, Key Business Strategist, and Management Specialist with Extraordinary HCBI. I work with business owners and executives to help them achieve their goals. implementing the right strategy, and developing leaders that turn their dreams into reality. Do you have a business idea and need to know how to launch it? Based on your vision, do you have the criteria or entrepreneurial mindset to achieve your goals? Do you have what it takes to motivate your team so they can be more proactive and productive? Would you like to learn how to get more clients and close more businesses? At Extraordinary HCBI, we take businesses to the next level by providing them with resources, counseling, and implementing strategies that works because we want your business to thrive. We also assist businesses and aspiring entrepreneurs on the initial steps of their business plan development, creating financial projections and guiding them on how to create a financial package that will work for their business. Because your success is our success, take a decisive step today and call me at 832-660-4291 and let Extraordinary HCBI turn your dreams into reality.
Do you want to experience the ease and convenience of the latest and most advanced home security system? Are you going away on vacation and want to have peace of mind while you're not at your home or at your office? According to the FBI, a robbery occurs every 13 seconds, and homes and businesses without a security system are 300% more likely to be burglarized. Hawk Security provides security solutions to residential and small businesses in the state of Texas and from California to Georgia, building a custom-tailored security setup that matches your needs. Whether it is home security, fire and carbon monoxide detection, flood detection, connected senior care, managed video surveillance solutions, alarm monitoring, and life safety. In addition to fire and carbon monoxide detection, Hawk Security has a smart home and business integration, expanding security services to a lifestyle solution, keeping customers connected to their home and businesses from anywhere in the world, from their tablet or mobile device, so you can have peace of mind even if you're not at home or in your office. Reduce your energy cost, scheduling automatic changes in thermostats or lighting. And because we rely on our heroes every single day, Hawk Security offers security services discounts to military personnel, veterans, first responders, educators, and hospital personnel. Our mission is to keep our clients safe, treat them like family, and provide them with a user-friendly security system with personalized customer service 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For integrity, honesty, passion, and excellent customer service, take a strong step today toward getting protected and call Rosanna Torres at 832-863-8574 because every home and business is unique and every security system should be unique too.
COVID-19 transformed the way we do business. Now more than ever, fast lead generation and customer retention will determine if a business survives or not. The NowMedia Video Business Card is designed to be sent using your smartphone. It's the next generation business card that will open the door for you while keeping social distancing. The NowMedia Video Business Card is affordable for anyone from startups to multinational companies and is already being used by hundreds of businesses. Stay open, stay in business. Call us today.
Hey, this is Michael Rager, and we're back with BNI Now, substituting for Rick Gutierrez. So I think we got some numbers that are come up here. Jonathan? There we are. So we're talking about BNIs, and we talk about the numbers, and I can't see it. You got to get up a little bit. So we've got 10,000 chapters and 275,000 members here in the United States. We get 11.5 million referrals in the last 12 months and 16.3 billion in revenue closed. Man, this is awesome. So Kim, we got Kim Adams. And Kim Adams, what's the name of your company?
It is the business team. Thank you so much for having me today.
No, the business team. So tell us a little bit about what you do and what problems you help your clients solve.
Well, the business team is a resource for traveling executives and, small firms or solopreneurs, the infrastructure of support, business support that you have in corporate America, we took it out of that wall.
Okay.
And we provide 5 support services for our clients.
What are the support services you provide?
They are admin, procurement, IT, quality and safety, training and translation.
Oh, nice.
We're the nerds in the back of the room.
So do you have a lot of people that are they part of your team? Are they subcontractors that come in?
We have a team of 5.
Okay.
And each specialist has been doing their particular specialty for 25 years or more.
Okay.
So we're a group of retired people who are just very smart, and we wanted to pass that on. Actually, we developed this company because we wanted to contribute to streamlining projects that we had worked with through our career, better ways to make the projects more efficient, more financially savvy in how they're spending their money. We know that there are ebbs and flows in project work, and you don't need a full staff there.
Yeah.
It eats up your project budget. So we wanted to find a solution for that.
Yeah, it doesn't eat your project, but it eats up your overhead. Your
Absolutely.
your overhead.
Absolutely.
It's so hard to get business. You know, I'm a business coach, and I do things a little bit different than most other business coaches. I focus on profit.
Of
You know,
course.
it's not. Let's not focus on marketing and stuff like that. It's profit. So as a service that you provide, how do you help increase profit in your clients that you work with?
Absolutely. That's a great question. Thank you. When you have a team that's sitting on the clock, it makes a very uncomfortable environment. Nobody wants to be put on overhead during projects. And so being able to remove ourselves from the project but still be engaged when we are re-engaged with the project really helps the continuity of work that you're getting, and you don't have to worry about destaffing a project and restaffing it up, retraining another group of people. We have the continuity of start to finish your project activity.
Are there any industries or business types that you work best with?
We are completely industry agnostic
Okay.
for a reason.
Okay.
Initially, we were going to start with business travelers and station ourselves in the airport. So anyone coming to do business in Houston would always have a leg up when their business day started. Being in that position, you would have to be industry agnostic because there's so many industries that are prevalent here in the Houston area. Having pivoted during that's the word of 2020, pivot. Having pivoted during 2020, we were able to help so many of our clients in a variety of industries because essentially support is support across the board.
You know, it's funny is I get a lot of business owners come to me and they're like, "Oh, well, Mike, do you understand your business?" And I said, "No, that's your job.
Right.
My job is to understand how to run a business, how to make it profitable." And people don't realize that businesses, they only do a few things. Correct. And they all do it the same way. As their little tweak is their product.
Correct.
And doing that. So what's the best way for you to generate new clients? How do you find most of your clients?
Well, I think most of our clients have found us lately. We exploded during the pandemic because we initially created our concept of having a hybrid or a virtual work environment during Harvey. Okay. So we were apparently ahead of the game, and our clients were very happy for that. So they've found us.
Okay.
Right now, BNI has been our network of choice and has done fabulous in us getting to know our clients. That's more important for us. We don't specialize in any particular program. We specialize in being able to learn anybody's program.
Okay. So how long have you been a BNI member?
This is going to be my second year.
Second year.
Yes.
So what's your favorite BNI memory? What's the best thing that's happened to you of being a member?
That's hard. I am a behind-the-scenes person, so I think during the pandemic, having to transition to a virtual environment, that helped us find a voice without having to speak very loud. So we are the meeting director for our chapter meeting. And honestly, it was maybe a month after we had joined that we fell into that role simply because, like I said, we had that experience already with Zoom. We were the virtual queens of the room at the time. And so it allowed us really to do a commercial for an hour and a half without having to say anything.
Right.
And that was perfect.
So how do people find you?
We have a website,
Okay.
which says everything that I am afraid to say. Our website is businessteamhouston.com.
Okay.
We are on social media. We are on all of the social media platforms.
Okay.
You can also find us by calling 713-732-0683, or you can find us at info@businessteamhouston.com.
Well, that's great. What would you share to somebody that's out there that's not a member of any sort of networking organization? Why should they do it?
Building relationships is the most essential part of a successful business. We know this. We hear this continuously. And there are so many one-time networking events that happen where you're not building a relationship and you're expecting to walk in the room and walk out with a customer, and that does not happen. The joy of meeting someone in a BNI and then a year later them becoming your client, you know that there's a year of relationship that's happened.
Yeah, it's funny. I got to tell my clients all the time, when you go networking, your job's not to find clients. That's not what you're networking for. It's you're networking to help other people find clients. And it kind of goes back to the Zig Ziglar quote: to get what you want, you got to help as many people get what they want. And if you can go out there and do that, it's very important.
Absolutely.
And as a marketing strategy, it's one of the things I see is networking is a big part of it. So who are your best networking partners? Who's the business that sends you the most, and you vice versa?
The business that sends me the most. I think that my best match is with business coaches, because as they are helping their clients streamline and make more efficient their processes, processes is where we live. So we get to be those nerds in the back of the room that you refer people to and say, hey, this is how you can do this a little bit better, make it a little bit easier. We also have, ironically enough, a lot of attorney clients. We are also mediators.
Okay.
So we, as we meet more attorneys, they are looking for non-attorney mediators.
Okay.
Something about that competition is just not
Yeah,
there.
yeah, it's not there. So yeah, it's very interesting. I really haven't met in my search somebody that really does what you do. So it'd be very interesting that hopefully we can talk after this at a later date and time. It'd be very interesting, because I'm a big believer of joint ventures. I know that BNI is big referral, but like everybody that I get into a referral partnership with, there's money exchanged.
Yeah.
Because I just look at it to the point that if I'm going to exchange money with you, because we're really doing this right, I really do. As BNI says, know, like, and trust.
Right.
It means trust.
Absolutely.
And it's really funny is I don't know if you're familiar with a sales guy named Jeffrey Gitomer.
I am not.
Jeffrey Gitomer, man, you go back in the 90s, early 2000s, Jeffrey was out all over the place. He was a New York guy that moved south and realized it was different selling. And I went to a seminar that he put on, and I got done, and we were sitting there, and we were talking about marketing. I said, well, what's the most risky thing in the world? What do you think his answer was?
Not knowing your client.
Referrals.
Really?
He said, for a business owner, one of the most risky things is referrals. So you really have to make sure you've got a very strong referral partner.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because, it's funny, and I learned, I'm not cheap. And, when people are coming in, they're going to have some money. And, if I'm going to refer flowers and the flower person screws them up, I'm not 30, 40, 50 bucks.
Correct.
But they send us out, and they're getting thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, and we make a mistake. It really comes back. So how do you make sure that you're the right referral partner?
I get to learn my clients, I get to learn my associates, and I get to learn the members that are around me. I listen to a lot of the conversations that happen in the background, because we do function in the background. being in that sacred background space, and it is my favorite part of any event is always the background. You just get to see, being the fly on the wall, you get to see everything. So listening is the key to what's going to work for them, what is, even if you're inserting some unsolicited advice, what is going to make them listen to a change that is there, an opportunity for improvement, or an opportunity for a direction change. So I typically try to hold back my mother instinct. Everybody in my chapter knows me as Mama Bear.
Okay,
They get
okay.
advice whether they want to
want
hear
it
it
or
or not.
not.
So it's a fine line, actually. I want to listen and I want to learn what is it that you really need, but I don't want to insert myself into every conversation or insert my business in every conversation.
You know, it's a lot of time is I know with business owners, you got to get their ego out of the way. You know, it really is hard. And, you know, you look at that mama concept, we see it all the time. This is my baby.
Yes.
And I've got to convince my baby, no, it's not. It's your freaking business. It's two different things. It is not your baby. Its job here is to make money.
Yeah.
You know, how do you deal with that with your customers? How do you get them to know that this is about making money?
That's difficult in that it is hard to separate. And a lot of times, just helping them understand that separating the business, the activities, from the emotional tie that they have to it. One of the easiest pivots is to have them start referring to the business as us or we, and have them visualizing it mentally as though they simply work there and they don't own it. So they become almost removed from that very personal connection of, if you're telling me I'm doing something different, you're telling me I'm doing something wrong. And that's a big block for someone who's been running a business for so long. That is their idea, their concept, and everything that they've done along the way. They are very personally attached to that. So being able to separate the activities of what has to happen from the idea or concept of the business helps tremendously.
I think it's using the analogy of you got to cut the umbilical cord.
Of course, that's exactly
So
it.
we got 1 minute left. I'm going to give you one piece of advice, one quick piece of advice to your BNI, brethren out there. What is it?
My advice is get to learn the people in your chapter. Collaboration is everything.
Awesome.
Even if you can't do everything, you can do a small part of it to make it happen.
Yeah, that's awesome. I appreciate it, Kim. It's been a pleasure interviewing
Thank you so
I'm looking
much.
forward to hopefully getting a chance to know you a lot better after this.
Absolutely. Thank
That
you.
would be great. So, Jonathan, I take it we're out to the next. All right.
If you are a real estate agent and are looking for a reliable cleaning company to keep your houses for sale or rental properties impeccable, Sierra Cleaning Services is your solution. With more than 15 years of experience, Sierra Cleaning Services has been the company of reference for real estate agents in the areas of Houston, Katy, Cinco Ranch, Cypress, and the Woodlands. Sierra Cleaning Services include residential, commercial, and office cleaning, window and debris removal during all phases of construction projects, and cleaning homes and offices before and after the tenants move out. Contact Alfredo Sierra at 913-439-8157 today and let Sierra Cleaning Services be your partner in your cleaning project.
COVID-19 transformed the way we do business. Now more than ever, fast lead generation and customer retention will determine if a business survives or not. The NowMedia video business card is designed to be sent using your smartphone. It's the next generation business card that will open the door for you while keeping social distancing. The NowMedia video business card is affordable for anyone from startups to multinational companies and is already being used by hundreds of businesses. Stay open, stay in business. Call us today.
My name is Brooks Boyd, and I'm the owner of Senior Savings Organization, a Medicare insurance agency. Medicare is confusing, it is not a one-size-fits-all plan, and I help folks navigate the maze. My main job is to educate so you pick the approach that feels right and make sure you avoid costly Medicare mistakes. I will help with transitioning from group health to Medicare with a personalized report to see if it makes sense to either stay on your current insurance or to consider enrolling into Medicare with either a supplement or a Medicare Advantage plan. And I'll explain the difference between the two and the pros and cons of each. If you need help with Social Security planning, I can show you how to maximize your benefits with a free Social Security maximization report to make sure that you are confident that you will get the most out of your Social Security benefits. I am an independent broker. This is a no-cost consultation, and you will never pay a fee with me.
Graphic design, banners, brochures, business cards, posters, any printing you need for your company's branding, Priority Printing SS is your solution. With more than 30 years of experience, Priority Printing SS has been the preferred solution for hundreds of companies for any printed materials. At Priority Printing SS, they believe in listening to you, bringing you creative ideas to effective results. Your printed materials talk about your company. Make sure they open the door for you. Trust your printed materials to the experts. Call Priority Printing SS at 713-575-9800 and let Priority Printing SS handle with ease all your printing needs.
Hey, welcome back to BNI Now. This is Michael Rager, Teach Your Business to Fish. I'm in here hosting, subbing for the host, Rick Gutierrez, who couldn't be here today. Man, I'm excited. I get to meet Mr. Roland Parker. I'm going to honestly say, Roland, you're the first person I've ever met from Zimbabwe.
Well, we're now officially African American. We became citizens in 2013. You know, we arrived here in 2003 after picking up Katy, Texas, off a world map.
Was it a dart?
You know, my wife likes to live, she doesn't like the cold weather. So it's like, okay, Australia, US, and then when we decided on the US, California, Florida, or Texas.
Okay.
And Texas seemed to have more going for it. And then we found Katy, Texas, and we thought, why not? So we formed a company, signed a 5-year lease on our premises, bought a house over the internet, and jumped on a plane and came
You
in.
just jumped in 2 feet, man. I'm leaving Africa. I'm going to the States. I'm starting a company. The heck with it.
Yep.
That was it, man.
And it's been an interesting journey. You know, starting any business is difficult. Starting it from a different country is even that much more difficult. And BNI for us has been a wonderful way to actually jumpstart the business. And we've been in Katy BNI for over 17 years.
I know. That's remarkable. I mean, but I love that the way you thought about it is, I don't know things about U.S. business. Let me find somebody who does. Was that your thought process when you went there?
Yes, because, you know, we arrived here. How do we do things? We didn't have any contacts. You're literally starting from ground zero, having to build it up. And the contacts and relationships that we built through BNI have been a wonderful source, not only of getting business, but of just general knowledge, and you know, all the people within our chapter have given us wonderful advice.
Well, tell me a little bit about Impress Computer Solutions. Like, who's your client? What do you do? What problem do you solve?
Well, we've typically got 3 sectors to the business.
Okay.
So the one side is we become the outsourced IT for small to medium-sized businesses. That would be somebody who's got 10 to 50 employees and they don't have their own IT person. We come in, we monitor, maintain, lock the system down, and we proactively make sure that nothing goes wrong. The other side of the business, we do have a storefront, so people can walk in. You've got a computer, you've got a cracked screen, you've got a virus. You're going to deal with some friendly staff in the front. The technicians are in the back, going to get you up and running, and you're going to get your computer back typically 24 to 48 hours.
Okay.
And then because we have the storefront, you can walk in, buy a laptop, buy a computer, a monitor, printer, ink. No matter what, we've got you covered.
Is it a little bit more efficient buying something like that from you versus buying it from a big box store?
Absolutely. Not only are we very competitive in price, but if something does go wrong with it, and that's the one thing that a lot of people forget. What is the warranty tied to my product? If it goes down, are they going to have to ship it off? Are they going to send it somewhere? Or can I walk in and get it dealt with efficiently, quickly, and get it back up and running the same day?
So if I'm buying a computer from you, do I have all that junk that the big box stores put on it?
None of that junk is put on there. You get a nice, clean business class machine with a 3-year warranty.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Is there any? I mean, are you going more of I want to say Microsoft products versus Apple products? Are you seeing both?
Yeah. So typically we sell just Microsoft products,
Okay.
but we do repair all the Apple products.
Okay.
iMacs, Surface Pros, that type of thing. So any Apple product or any Microsoft product we can service, but we only sell Microsoft
Okay,
products.
I'm getting forced. One of my, as a business coach, I've got one of my mentors, a guy that he was on one of my. I do another show, and he was on here the other day, and he's forcing me to get an Apple so I can get onto Clubhouse. He told me I have to get on. He said, "What you do, you obviously need to get on." So tell me who your client is. I know one of the hardest things I know as a business coach is getting business owners to understand really who their client is. Who is your client?
So our ideal client is somebody in the engineering, manufacturing, or construction industry that's got between 10 and 50 employees. That's our ideal client. Now, we do have people who are in the legal profession, and we support those firms, and people who are also financial advisors. So that's kind of our sweet spot.
Okay. Besides BNI, how else do people find you? What's your marketing strategy of getting out there besides referrals?
So we do a lot of Facebook marketing. We do a lot of mailing, reaching out to people. And then we've got an inside salesperson that will reach out to people, see if we can sit down with them, and we'll offer a free 2-hour consultation where we analyze your business and find out if we can actually secure your business better and give you great advice, and that doesn't cost you anything.
Oh man, as your business coach, I'd make you charge for that. We got to re-look at that, Roland. We got to make some money on that one. There's some really good intrinsic value there. So when you've been in BNI for 17 years, you've seen things come and see things go and seen it change. What do you see is the best change that's happened since you started?
Well, really, BNI has become more B2B, and our chapter's grown from, when I started, we had about 25 people in our chapter, and it was sitting at that for a while. We're now at 57, we're probably going to be above 60, and the more people you've got in your chapter, the more opportunities of getting referrals. And everybody looks out for each other, and obviously with social media, it's become so important now that everybody in the chapter looks after the other members and can help promote, and it's just extra sets of eyes out there for people promoting a business. So we found that's been a wonderful source of being able to provide to other chapters in the other businesses in the chapter, as well as getting business.
Yeah, I always found that in networking arrangements that it's not my job to network with everybody. And I shouldn't be a referral partner for anybody because we're not in the same way. Who is the perfect referral partner for you and your business? And who do you need to meet?
So we find that bookkeepers are great referrals for us because they're obviously got a close relationship. Commercial printers, Comcast, anybody who does phone systems or internet systems is a great referral for us. But we also do a lot of business and get a lot of referrals from IT people who they might do IT work or work in an IT environment, but they need the computers, they need the additional support that we can provide.
Okay, well, we've got 2 minutes left. So if you're going to give somebody a piece of advice about running a business, so you've got experience now, you've been running a business for 17, 18 years now. What's the one piece of advice you give them about running their company?
Well, the first thing about running a company is obviously you've got to make sure you get your systems in place. If you've got to do your groundwork, put your systems in place and then build up from there. You can put your marketing in place, but you're not going to be able to grow your business unless you've got good people and you've got good systems. And one of the things that we will do as a company is come in and make sure that from an IT point of view, that your systems are locked down, secure, and things run smoothly.
Yeah, it's. I've got a big thing. I'm a big believer. I don't know if you've ever seen the TV show The Profit, Market Lamona's people, product, process.
He's amazing.
You know, it's awesome. So we're in a final minute. How do people get a hold of you?
So they can reach us at 281-647-9977. They can also go to impresscomputers.com. That's IMPRESS computers.com. We're on Facebook, Twitter, all the other social media.
Well, that's awesome, man. Well, it's been a pleasure to meet you. You just seem like the nicest guy. You know, and I believe a lot of what you said. So I wish you all the success in the world. If there's any way we can be of assistance to help you, we'd love to be able to do it.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Nice meeting you.
All right. We are out.
COVID-19 transformed the way we do business. Now more than ever, fast lead generation and customer retention will determine if a business survives or not. The NowMedia video business card is designed to be sent using your smartphone. It's the next generation business card that will open the door for you while keeping social distancing. The NowMedia video business card is affordable for anyone from startups to multinational companies and is already being used by hundreds of businesses. Stay open, stay in business. Call us today. Graphic design, banners, brochures, business cards, posters, any printing you need for your company's branding, Priority Printing SS is your solution. With more than 30 years of experience, Priority Printing SS has been the preferred solution for hundreds of companies for any printed materials. At Priority Printing SS, they believe in listening to you, bringing you creative ideas to effective results. Your printed materials talk about your company. Make sure they open the door for you. Trust your printed materials to the experts. Call Priority Printing SS at 713-575-9800 and let Priority Printing SS handle with ease all your printing needs.
My name is Brooks Boyd, and I'm the owner of Senior Savings Organization, a Medicare insurance agency. Medicare is confusing, it is not a one-size-fits-all plan, and I help folks navigate the maze. My main job is to educate so you pick the approach that feels right and make sure you avoid costly Medicare mistakes. I will help with transitioning from group health to Medicare with a personalized report to see if it makes sense to either stay on your current insurance or to consider enrolling into Medicare with either a supplement or a Medicare Advantage plan. And I'll explain the difference between the two and the pros and cons of each. If you need help with Social Security planning, I can show you how to maximize your benefits with a free Social Security Maximization Report to make sure that you are confident that you will get the most out of your Social Security benefits. I am an independent broker. This is a no-cost consultation, and you will never pay a fee with me.
Hey, welcome back to BNI Now. This is Michael Rager. I'm sitting in for Rick Gutierrez, and I got somebody that I didn't even know was going to be here.
Right.
I'm walking through, and my friend Kevin Theory. Kevin, how are you today?
Good to see you. I guess small world, long time.
Yeah. So what's going on with you these days? You know, the Wash Pros. You guys are probably kicking some butt right now, aren't you?
Yeah, and you know, for the wrong reasons and for the right reasons. The right reasons, we're doing business the right way and with integrity, quality service. And the wrong reasons, you know, unfortunately, it took a pandemic for some of this to really be the catalyst behind the growth of our business.
Yeah. So tell our listeners, what do you guys do? What problem do you solve for your customers?
So washpros.us, we look to solve to be your total clean solution provider. So whether it's window washing, soft washing, power washing, gutter clean out to Christmas lights and roof cleaning, we're here to restore the luster to your home, make it clean and healthy.
So what percentage of your business is residential versus commercial?
We are about an 80-20% mix.
Okay.
80 on
Okay.
that. So we're starting to extend our tentacles out into the commercial realm a little bit, but we're growing that responsibly as we amass more equipment and knowledge to go with it.
So what happened to you guys during the pandemic? So to a lot of businesses in the pandemic, it hurt them, but a lot of services businesses really benefited.
Exactly. So for the essential services, and that's what we were coined and we were protected under, we also offer an electrostatic disinfection. So when you're talking about the coronavirus, or if you're talking about general health, germs, cold, flu, in addition to mold, mildew for respiratory, we were very protected under that. So again, for us, it allowed us the opportunity to really flourish. Mm-hmm. The other side of it is it was kind of a customer connection that we had, because we have so many of our clients where you have a spouse or significant other. Maybe they work internationally, so they're gone most of the year. Mm-hmm. Well, they got to be home and see and understand what their spouse was talking about, and then it was time to come out and call somebody to get this taken care of.
Oh, nice, nice. So with BNI, how long have you and your company been a member?
So we joined recently. We've been around for a little bit now, but we joined this year, and it was more an advent of a personal note. I had some injuries and personal health that I had to address, and now that I'm up and at them, and now I'm the face of the company and the operations side, it's time for us to move forward. We thought BNI was a very good fit for us.
Nice, nice. So being in BNI, you know, it's all about know, like, and trust. And you know, one of the things that I tell my customers and my clients, you know, being a business coach, is you're not going to serve everybody.
No.
So when you get out there and you start looking at your BNI members, who are the best people for you to joint venture with?
So we look at anybody that's in the kind of the property management aspect of it, whether you're residential, you're commercial, if you're realtors, where we have a make-ready package to help get your home ready for the market. Mm-hmm. And then beyond that, it kind of gets into some of the other ones. Are you tied to HOAs? Are you tied to maybe you're a stay-at-home mom in a certain type of community where it's a lot of work to manage your home. You're not just the spouse staying home taking care of your kids and your family. You're the functionality of your home to make sure it runs smoothly. Right. And that's, again, where we get into a lot of the oil and gas industry as well.
So as a business owner, as you've ramped up and you've started taking off, what were some of the tough lessons that you had to learn growing the business?
Humility, diligence, persistence. Know when to ask for help, because it can save you so much time and frustration on the front end. And that's where I think you and I have had conversations in the past, the true value of a business coach. So if we're going to kind of look at that as what was probably the most important, is getting that business coach now to help lay the foundation and the systems behind the scenes to run your business so you can grow accordingly with your customer base.
What were some of the things that your coach taught you? You know, what were some of the key things?
You better get to know your financial metrics, your margins. Don't get your eyes set on the revenue that, oh my God, we hit $1 million, we hit $500,000, and we did it in this amount of time. Yeah. You can hit that magic number. But if you're not making money at that point, then what good is it?
Right.
So I would definitely say that, then you're getting at the operations, have the systems in place. And then not that you don't look at marketing, but understand the value of the marketing, what you can do to help yourself But the importance of a network, in this case, like a BNI, I have 30, 40 people speaking as an ambassador on behalf of our company.
You know, one of the things that I have when I'm coaching my clients is getting them to understand exactly who their customer is and how to get the message out. And we teach them is you really need to sell the pain. You know, and you as a business owner, you're helping your client do two things. They got something they have that they don't want,
right?
And there's something that they want.
They probably have an HOA ticket, right? They have a party or event coming up.
Yeah. And how do you give that message? You know, when you're giving your 30-second speech, when you're 60-second speech, how do you convey that so everybody else in the network knows?
So we just try to remind everybody, we are washpros.us, your clean escape. And the bottom line there is it's whatever you need to restore that luster to your home, to prepare for your party. We got called out for a wedding this year, 2 days before the party. We are going to be there. We'll be on call. We'll do a great job and make everything shine. I mean, it is that simple because there are so many pain points in between. HOA, what is it? Well, I have algae on my house. I have a dirty driveway. Or I haven't cleaned my windows in I don't know how long. And our record on that one, I think a customer did not clean for 36 years.
Nice. It's like not going to the dentist and getting your teeth.
They were yellow. They were honest to God yellow. It took 3.5 hours to get through all that grime.
My goodness. Oh my goodness. So what's, you know, you mentioned working with a coach. You mentioned, you know, networking. When you're going out there in your BNI community, who's are those people that are your best joint venture partners?
For us, I would say as of today, it's a lot of the realtors and I would say residential investment property. And then getting your foot into the door with the HOAs. Houston has so many HOAs, so it's a matter of time for you to reach out and introduce yourself. But you're trying to make people aware of your presence, that you are simply a tool and a resource to help them in their greatest time of need, whether they planned for it or they didn't, or in this case where we had the cold snap, right? We have a lot of damage. We have a lot of properties that are a mess. Well, who do we call? And most people, what we have learned, they don't know who to call.
And that's it, is just having somebody that's your advocate out
Absolutely.
there. You know, it's funny, as like you're saying, in our HOA, one of the people we've had is our pest control company.
Yes.
Pest control company, they've been doing it. I've lived in that place for 12 years, and they've been our pest control. They were a referral of mine. I brought them in. They've been servicing our families for 11 and a half years.
Yes.
You know, and they're consistent. They do what they do. They know what they need to do. We were talking earlier, you know, kind of, we had some things happen, processes.
Yes.
How important do you see are documenting and understanding the processes in your company?
I think it's a must-have because that's the foundation as to how your business is going to run, and then that's how you're going to be perceived by your potential and existing customers. As we look forward to the competition that's always out there and growing, because we noticed even this year with the pandemic how many people got into our industry. Well, you can't supplement experience and knowledge that you build from that.
Right.
So you have a lot of people out there. So how are you different? What's your thorough understanding behind it? And for us, it's just the systems, from the scheduling to who do you call, what's your follow-up, is it an annual maintenance? Who's going to be out there? Who's going to run your office? Who's going to run the show when I'm not there?
Yeah, that like
It's a must.
The maintenance programs. You know, those are
Absolutely.
God, I know with several of my clients is trying to get them to understand that's a major upsell that is guaranteed revenue coming in.
Yes.
You know, and looking at it.
Well, and we even stumbled into something that where our customers got back and gave us feedback is Christmas lighting. So we got a year ahead of schedule on that program, but it was a need, it was a pain point that we had. Well, we had the systems in place to help schedule and book, so we just paired it up with our other jobs. So we could, relatively speaking, have a smooth transition on a brand new service that we were ahead of schedule.
So as a business owner, what kind of things did you look that like maybe you had to outsource that you as the business owner shouldn't be doing?
Oh, we're in the middle of that as we speak. So I would say a lot of it is getting back to even some, for us, is the bookkeeping side of it. Because that one is so important, because you need somebody that's really good at what they do, very knowledgeable, and it also can be very time consuming. So when we get into CPAs and some of those other things for the tax filings, you need the peace of mind that it's being handled the correct way within the laws and play within the confines of the laws. But it also allows you to free up that time to work more on your business versus in your business, and using your time wisely to get, the revenue, closest dollar. Well, you have to get to the next customer, client, quote, so on and so forth, introductions. So for me, it's definitely been anything on that financial component.
Yeah, I'm a big one. I'm actually handing off my bookkeeping this year.
I would recommend it. You'll breathe a sigh of relief. I promise you.
I don't want to do this crap.
I promise you.
It's just stuff we don't want to do.
Correct.
We're not good at it.
Nope.
It doesn't bring us